Hello guys, as I said in the last video, today I feel I feel so excited to talk about it, and I think we should just talk about I don't know, I think it's time for me to gist you guys, at least get to know me better, my past, a little about my life. So I don't know, I just okay. So I don't know what to title this video, but for now I think the best I can do is maybe I should say something about being in an abusive relationship and not knowing. So I'll give you guys my story. You can share yours in the comment section, and you can share your opinion. Please be careful with your opinion. No abusive words, please. It's just whatever happened to someone in the past and sharing of opinions. Let's appreciate one another. That's all. So it happened to me that when I was, I grew up in a very strict home. My mom was the type of Nigerian mothers now. My mom was the type of mom that if you go outside and you greet them and you are in soup, when you come back home you explain yourself in 1,000 words why you said good afternoon. So I grew up with that kind of home. My mom was very strict. We were get inside, that's what we call it. I don't know if you understand. That means we were always mostly locked up in the house. So if not for school and church, we really don't go anywhere. We don't play with anybody. We really don't do anything. We just play with ourselves. At least we're 5. So give God the praise for that. So we pray among ourselves. We do different things. And then so it happened that when I finished my secondary school at the age of 16 because I had some delays. That's another. I have different stories I will just you guys. Don't worry. So I finished my secondary school at the age of 16. So summer I didn't pass. That's the truth. Education is not easy. It's not easy. So I didn't pass my exams well. Not that I didn't pass. Some of my results were withheld. You know the way WAEC and NECO is. So they withheld some of my results. So it was as good as chemistry was withheld, maths was withheld. So where are you going to at the end of the day? So I think my aunt told my mom to send me back to school, to a private school. So I had to start from, I think it was SS1 or SS2. I had to start from SS2, that feeling of we are the oldest in the class. Anyways, by the time I was finishing secondary school, finally I was 18. So I felt I was already an adult. That kind of thing that you feel, I'm 18, Daddy, I'm just an adult. I can do. What can mommy do? So I met with one of my teachers in school. It was nice. I liked him and blah, 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 blah. Long story short, I was hoping and waiting for the day he would say, you this student now, I like you now. That kind of thing. So one day he finally asked me out. He was a teacher, but he was a young teacher. I think he was in his 20s then, but he had already finished the first part of school, higher education. So he was working in a private school. So he finally asked me out, and it was a secret among us. We started dating, teacher versus student. So somehow I discovered that he was a church member with my cousins. So it became a family friend kind of thing. He would come to our house, he would greet us based on my cousin's relationship with him. So I think it took some time. It was even one of my cousins that discovered that we were dating, because when he came, he just told my parents he wanted to be giving me extra tutorials. So my mom felt, why not? They were paying him. Oh God. So nothing really happened. So he would come, he would teach us, we would escort him, me and my brothers would escort him, and then he would go, and it went on like that for a long while. So I think what happened, somewhere down the line, I think I was starting to feel choked, or what happened, I shall know someone the whole relationship started becoming boring. So there's this my little cousin that we were attending the same school. He came to live with we came to live us with he came to live with us rather. So we're attending the same school with my sister's son. That's my niece, whatever, my nephew, whatever. my sister's son. So they were in GSS class and I was in SS class. So I think he was very outspoken. He was very outspoken. So he met with a guy and then they started talking. So one day he came to me and he said, have you met so person? I said, no. He said, where we used to buy something on our way from school. He's one fine guy. He's skinny come. So he knew I liked artwork. So he said, you should meet him. He's an artist. I said, really? I said, yes, okay. So he studied and discovered when the guy would always be in his mom's shop. So one way or the other, I met the guy, we greeted, and that was it. I said, oh, okay, it looks good. It looks good. It looks good too. So I think one way we started talking, I started talking with the guy, and I discovered he was an artist. He showed me some of his works, and then we became friends. Funny enough, we were just friends. So I think at that point in his life, he was also going through the down times of an artist. He was not selling, he needed money and all those things, so he thought of giving up. So me coming into his life was like I encouraged him to pick up his job, and then the job picked up. So he felt like, this is a good friend. We started, and then I started liking him. I was in a relationship. I won't lie, I was in a relationship, but I started liking him. As at that time, my then boyfriend had left the teaching job. So he was already, I think he went back to school for one course or the other. So he was not here with me, and we're already having issues already. We're having issues. So I just felt like, why not? Let me just continue my life. So I think we broke up. I think we broke up at that point. I can't remember when because I'm talking about something around 10 years ago, if no more. 10 years ago. I'm not even 30 now. Now I'm over 30. So I was 18 then. That's like almost 15 years, if I'm right. Over 10 years. So I think we broke up, and then this other guy asked me out. This new artist guy asked me out. I liked him. He was looking good. He was doing what I wanted, and blah 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 blah. One way or the other, I said yes, and we started dating. So I think the previous guy came back to beg me, and I was in a fix. So I told him, okay, no problem, let's just continue. I did not tell him I was already dating someone else. So I don't know, maybe the problem started when I discovered that he was, should I say, trailing me. He had someone watching me. So the person was giving him reports of how I go to school, how I come back, who I meet on the way. And he was not even in my location. He was not even in the same state with me. He would call me and say, did you meet so person on the way? Why are you doing this? So I think it got to a state, he came back, and then it was so close with my parents at that point that my parents didn't feel like anything. So it came. I think at the point they discovered that we were dating, so they just left us. My sisters just took over and said, leave her, she's 18 and all those things. So he came over to my parents' house. So by the time he came over, he said he wanted to, I think he said he wanted to sleep over or something. He wanted to do holiday with us or something. So my mom agreed. My dad definitely was not there because they were separated at that time. So the abusive part of it was when he started calling and all those things and trailing me. I did not know. I just felt, so when he came, I just felt, why not just tell him the truth and let him know everything that has happened in the past? If it's to ask him for forgiveness, because the truth is he had a lot of impact. He did a lot of things for me, helped me with my school, helped me pass my exams and all those things. But we had issues. That was the truth. We had issues. They would give me the little he had and all those things. So I told him the truth, everything, to the dynasty date, whether I kissed someone, whether I talked to someone, whether I did that. And then he got angry. He would do different things to me. He would do different things to me, and the worst part of it was he would tell me that if I don't do this, he would tell my mom. He knows very well the kind of mother I have, that I would not risk that. Yeah, I'm as good as dead. So he would tell me that, and right in my parents' house, he would make me do different things. So there was a day we were talking, and I think he was drinking gari. He soaked gari in water. I can remember the hair do I had on there. This yarn, I did twist with it. Tiny, tiny braids. Very nice one. I did twist with it, and it was yarn. The one they use in making sweaters and all those things. That was what I used to make braids. I packed my hair, and it was soaking gari, and we were talking. We were talking about what had actually happened in the process of our breakup and all those things. I was being sincere with him because I didn't feel any reason to hide anything from him. And then the guy carried the bowl of gari he was drinking and emptied it on my. I can never forget. He emptied it on my hair. Imagine a bowl of gari on yarn. The thing soaks the water straight. The base of my hair, everything went white. I was crying. I could not tell my parents, my mom. My dad was not there. I could not tell my mom. I could not tell my brother. I could not tell anybody. The only person I could tell was my sister, but she just said, just keep quiet, just handle it, just don't say anything. So if got angry, it said different things, it would. Oh God, I suffered. I cannot be telling you everything, my sister, my brother. I cannot tell you everything. Do different things, he said mean things to me. He would call me different names. And then finally, he left and went back to school. So I was in a forced relationship because I could not break up with him at that point again. But I did not want to leave this guy I really, really liked. So I spoke with him. I explained everything to him that my ex is back and this is what he's doing to me. I tried to describe the ex to him and all that. He said, the funniest thing was, he said, I hope it's not so guy that I see on my way to my friend's house. He said, I noticed I saw the guy like twice or thrice and he was throwing stones at me and my car. I thought it was just being a nuisance. I didn't know what happened. So it was that I was shocked. So it was even trailing the guy. People can be funny. People have time. He was trailing the guy and he would throw stone at him and his car. He didn't have the guts to go and fight him. Because apparently at that point that one was a big boy now. So that was like, no problem, just leave me and him. There's nothing you can do to him. Just leave me and him. I hope he's not even abusing you more than what you said. If you have to break up with him, break up with him. If it's not going to work, we have to find something to do. So I said, don't worry, I will handle it. My sister, by that time, I had already realized my mistake with God. God is a merciful Father. God is a merciful Father. So I just went back to prayer. I can remember I was at a family friend's house for vacation that day. When my phone rang, I was using all this small phone there. I think my Android got spoiled, so I was using a smaller phone. And then when the person called and the person said, hello, is this Wura? I said, yes. Good afternoon. Who is this? She said, sorry guys, my phone rang, so I had to pick it up. So as I was saying, my phone rang that day again, and then I picked it up and the person said, so is this Wura? I said, yeah. Good afternoon, ma'am. Who is this? I said, this is also person's mom. I said, you know the Yoruba typical. Good afternoon, ma. Well done, ma. How are you doing, ma? I'm fine, no, blah, 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 blah. How are you doing? She greeted me nicely. I said, Then she said, please, I need to discuss something with you. No problem, ma. Continue, ma. She said, I discovered that my son has been calling you. My son has been spending his time on you. My son has been this, my son has been that. She just started counting different things. I said, sorry, ma. Okay, ma. He said, so what happened now is she needs her son to face his education. She cannot continue like that. This, that. So please, you people should break up. She cannot even take it again. She cannot. I don't want my son near you again. I don't this. I said, okay, mother and son. I kept saying, yes, ma, no problem, ma. Sorry, ma. It's not my fault. It's Shemi Kukuma that I wanted to break up and I'm even in a Wahala relationship. You are not telling me I should. I just kept saying, okay, please tell your son to, ma. Yes, ma. Yes, ma. No problem, we'll break up, ma. Then she ended the call. Pew. I just picked the phone and called the son and said, Omo, opportunity comes but once. Your mommy said you should never call me again. You should never see me again. You should. She said, no, don't mind my mommy. I said, mm. You know what I don't do? Mothers, parents, I don't disrespect. I beg, just sort it out with your mom. As far as I'm concerned, I'm out. He said, you know what? Okay, I will sort it out with my mom. I will this. That was how I escaped though. I did not allow any sorting out. God did not even allow it. My prayer got answered straight. It was the mom God used to end the whole relationship with. That was how I escaped from that abusive relationship, because I know for a fact that if I was still in that relationship, or if I got married, that he will be beating me blue, black, green, and yellow. He will beat rainbow color out of my body. Plus any small thing now, I'm in soup. I will now become mumu for the house. My sisters, my brothers, sometimes they can be in relationships that even as little as words, if words are hurtful, if words are not said with understanding or with calmness, it's an abusive relationship. I'm telling you, it is an abusive. It started from words. It started from trying to rule over me, and I did not know. Things like overruling my decisions, taking decisions for me. Those were the things that started. You should not have to take decisions for your partner. You should decide together, even if you have to make decisions together. It should be how do I put it? Is it communal, or it should be with understanding? Nobody should enforce decisions on you. Do you want this? Do you think we should do it this way, or what do you think we should do? Those are the things that should happen. Even if you don't have an opinion, someone is suggesting to you, you should still have you should still have an option to pick it or not. That was where it started from me, and then it graduated into things like slapping, pouring gary, insulting, blah 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 blah. It was years after, when I was well matured. I think I was 20 something, when I had to tell my mom part of it. Up to today, I do not tell my mom everything. Just part of it, like, because she saw the gary that day and she was wondering why there was gary on my hair, and I just told her that it's mistakenly spilled on me. You know, that kind of thing, that he was holding the gary and I stood up, and then I hit the bowl on my head. He was standing and I hit the bowl on my head. Then the thing spilled on me. I should have formed that lie for her. She, being the good girl, she will assume it's right. So please, and then one other thing, please guys, if you're in an abusive relationship, just speak up. It's not a nice thing. Speak up, I beg. It is well with us. So I love you guys. Please drop your comments in the comment section, like and subscribe, and let us know what gist you would like us to talk about. Please gist us your own stories too, please. We love you, I love you, and we love one another. God bless you. See you in the next video. Bye.